Hello everybody, today I'm going to be showcasing my original mock called Sharkhead. He's part of a 4-figure series. The other 3 is the Cement Mixer, Steel Kaiju, and also Gunhead. I've showcased each of the figures on Instagram. Probably all of them have multiple videos now. But I wanted to start with this one because I think it's my personal favorite of the ones that I've done for the series. It's heavily inspired by Gundam and Gurren Lagann. Just those really sleek but also exaggerated mecha proportions. Also similar to Tech with how they have the very tapered waist, big bulky shoulders, and very curved legs, and I'll get into that later. So I'm just gonna go over some of the highlights from the build, starting with the head. Looking at the head, this is actually inspired by 5-Star Stories. Those mecha designs I'm particularly fond of. I think they're very cool. They've got, they're much more slender than how this guy appears, but they never miss out on the details and the traps and the neck. I thought that was really cool. The eye right here is an extra. So my brother got a Darth Vader helmet from Chrome Block City, and it came with this extra chrome red 1x1 tile, and I wanted to use that. For lower section, the jaw is just one of these 90-degree angle kind of just tool pieces that come with a lot of Marvel sets and like that pack. And then you've got a silver roller skate there. I really like roller skates. They add just a slight amount of texture, which I think is really good for builds. Another interesting part use right here is a piece from the minifigure series. This was like a saucer pan for an alien, and they had their head encased in this, and then it had like a glass. Other pieces I used I think are interesting are the ornithopter cockpit pieces. I found these when I was just scrolling through Bricklink. I thought they were really cool. So I was like, I'm gonna get 2 of these. Not too expensive on Bricklink, so not bad. Right here on the leg, these wire pieces that go through his legs are from Avatar. I got these on Bricklink as well. This right here I think is from a Hobbit set, one of the blades that I think the orcs use. So okay, the next part of the review is going to be the articulation. So let's start with the neck. The head can turn all around. Can look up here. Can't really look down, but there's an ab crunch, so won't really be an issue. And then there's also kind of a hidden joint here, so you can go all the way, look all the way up. You can kind of do that with only the single joint anyways. The shoulders, so the shoulders have 2 parts. You can see more clearly in the back. You have this first section, which is the shoulder itself, and then the bicep swings up from there. So here, this is the first joint. Then you have a little flap that opens up. And just like that, the bicep swings all the way up like that. So here's what it looks like on the inside. This joint is the second joint, and the first one is the actual shoulder. So here's what it looks like when you close it. Second joint goes down first. It's the bicep. Here's the flap with the little saucer pan there. Close that. Put it down. We have a bicep swivel where the saucer pan is connected. So full 360 on the bicep. And then that's way past 90. Pretty good elbow bend. How this works is you have a joint that's encased inside of the ornithopter cockpit. Hands, just a ball joint, 4 fingers. I recently added this. The old version had 5 fingers, but the hand looked a little bit worse. Moves as you would expect it to. Now, to get to the torso, there's a lot of stuff going on in the torso. First, we have a torso swivel. Sometimes it likes to fall apart, but all this movement is coming from here. Those 2 ball joints, those are Weebrick parts, so non-official parts. You can see the pistons being used there. Then we've got an ab crunch. You get 2 clicks from that ratchet joint, and because of how it's structured, you can't really arch back. But so all the way down, it's 1 click. That's the last. Let me just take these out so you can see what's going on. We've got a torso tilt, and this is achieved by this rotating joint here. So you get a lot of articulation out of that. And these pistons do not get in the way at all. So you can have him move however you want him to. Pretty nice. Also reminds me of Revoltech with just how the ratchet joint sounds. With the legs, full splits, all the way out. The legs kick out pretty far. If you want a little bit more, you can actually extend this part out a little bit, just a little bit, and you can kick around 90. That's pretty nice. To get that, you also need to use the thigh swivel, which is pretty extreme. You only need a little bit, but yeah, it can go all the way out. Looks a little wacky. The knee joint, which has these avatar wire pieces. You can see the wires pushing back. Pretty good knee bend. I think it's around like 150, 160 degrees, I think. So this is inspired by Revoltech and Gundam, how it has a very fluid shin to thigh. That is the knee joint. Then for the ankle, we've got 2 parts. It can kick up, move all the way up. So you can get some crazy articulation out of that. Also using the Weebrick dark bluish gray ball joints here, non-official. And then you've got a toe pivot here. So no turning the leg. I mean slightly on the ball joint because there's a little bit of give. But mostly it's up and down, and side to side. I'm gonna put him in a couple of poses, and then I'll get on to the next part of the video, which is his accessories. So guys, I'm gonna be doing some quick posing just to show what all the articulation looks like combined. So Start off with like a classic kneeling pose. So yeah, try to get the leg up there. The other one swing out. See how you can incorporate that ankle pivot. And we can have him look out in front or turn. Yeah, but this guy really tried to get as much articulation into a bulky frame. But that's what a kneeling pose looks like. Maybe we can do a running pose, which he actually looks pretty good at doing, just fluid motion, even though he is a mecha. So see how that shoulder just gets out the way because of this 2-joint shoulder system. So that's what it looks like if he was maybe chasing somebody down, chasing another robot, I would assume, down. The calves are very fluid. I think that's probably my favorite part of the mock is the legs. Another pose. See if you can do like a kind of like a Spider-Man web slinging crouch pose. Or maybe like a Black Panther pouncing pose, just like getting ready, about to fight or something like that. I don't know. But the gist is he poses pretty well. Not really an issue. The torso is a little janky, but I guess that's just the cost of keeping the articulation and also having a wide frame. So yeah, that's the articulation. I'm now going to show off his accessories. So here is 2 accessories. And he also comes with an alternate head, which is like this for a reason. I guess I can spoil it now. Later on, I'm going to be showing how his head lights up, and also these clear canopies light up. But that will be a video for another time. These are his 2 accessories. This is a shuriken, very simple. Also, that like toolbox that comes with Marvel sets, where it's just a set of these little connector pieces. And this is his backpack with thrusters, very inspired by Gundam. I'll show how to connect this. But also, you can see that right there. This is a drone. I don't know if you can see that eye right there, but yeah, it's a little hard to see. But that little red hand, that dot right there, is the eye for the drone. So the drone has like its own mind and kind of can, just move around a little bit. Kind of looks like a Zaku head. Oops. Yeah, that is the head of the drone, which is also a jetpack kind of beam saber looking backpack. How this connects is pretty simple. You've got a single clip here then you've got a place for the clip to slot in, and then this chunk basically just goes into this. Yeah, it's pretty snug. He does become a little back heavy when you put this on, but this is how he looks like with the backpack on. Show it from the side. Really huge thrusters. It's on purpose. I wanted to have a really exaggerated appearance on this guy all around. Some small details on the side, one roller skate. And to unattach it, just take it off. Comes off pretty easily. Not too easily, but yeah. Now for his shuriken, really you can connect it anywhere. You can connect it here on the little edge of his hand. But oh yeah, you can connect it there as well. And it's kind of like his little weapon. It's a little comical. He's like this huge character and he just has like one shuriken, but I think it looks pretty nice. Matches the translucent orange here as well. Anyways guys, that is my review of my original Mock, Sharkhead. Thanks for watching, as always. Don't forget to subscribe and like, it really helps me out. And I'll see you guys for the next figure of this series, which is this guy right here, Gunhead. I haven't dewired him yet, but that's gonna show something pretty cool because he lights up as well. So stay tuned. And as always, yeah, thanks for watching.